Hi, this is Shaquita with Sweet Rubies. And before we begin, I would like to ask each of you to like, share, and to subscribe to my channel. Today I will be showing you how to make these peach boozy cupcakes using peach Ciroc. So please stay tuned. Okay, to begin, I am using canned sliced peaches in 100% juice, and I am doing this the night before. You can do it 4 to 6 hours before, but I did it the night before. I'm adding 1 cup of brown sugar, 1 tablespoon of cinnamon, and a half a tablespoon of vanilla extract. And I just mix it all up. Now that it's mixed, I will take 1/3 of a cup of the peach Ciroc, or you can use any type of liquor you want. This is just what I had on hand. And I'm going to pour 1/3 of a cup into the marinade. So I'm going to mix it up again, and I'm going to put a top on it and put it in the refrigerator to let the peaches soak up all of the alcohol and the good cinnamon brown sugar juices overnight. Okay, we're at the next morning. I'm getting a bowl, and I'm going to, in this bowl, melt a half a stick of butter. I do have these already crumbled graham crackers that I got from the grocery store, so I just pour in and add. As you can see, it's still a little wet looking, and I knew it wouldn't hold up to a crumble, so you just add enough until, you know, it's to your desired texture. I'm also going to add a little brown sugar into it just to sweeten it up. You mix it up in a bowl, you press it down. Once it presses down firmly, then you know that you have the right mixture. You can also pick it up with your fingers, as you see me doing, and squeezing it. Once it sticks together and clumps together, you know it's ready. Next, I'm just going to take a little cup. I normally stack 2 together. And I'm going to take some of my peach Ciroc and I'm going to pour it into it. Okay, you see I have a small package of pipettes. I'm going to show you how I fill my pipettes to get the most amount of liquid into it. Okay, you see that it's almost full with alcohol. I'll show you again. What I do is I squeeze it and I bend the top over. And you stick it in and you slowly release it from your fingers and turn it and open it. And as you can see, the liquid is up to the top. So I just filled a few of these. These will go directly into the cupcakes once we are finished decorating them. Now that I'm finished with that, I'm going to take a little bit of my alcohol. And as you can see, I'm going to drizzle it over the top. And this alcohol is actually going to soak into the cupcakes. You can't really bake the alcohol in the cupcakes when making them because the alcohol will cook out. So this is a good way to incorporate a little of the alcohol into the cupcake. And it also adds moisture. Now that that's done, I am taking my Boozy buttercream, which I will have a link above and below with the recipe. I'm just going to ice all of the cupcakes. You can do any design, but I figured this design was better because they will have the peaches on top. It was a good canvas to hold the peaches on. Okay, now that all the cupcakes have been iced, I retrieved my drunk peaches from the refrigerator, and I'm going to place them one by one on top of the cupcakes. You will see that I shake the peaches just a little bit to make sure that they are not too wet and that not too much of the juices will run down the cupcake. I will tell you that when I opened the top to this bowl, it almost knocked me back in my chair. It smelled so good. Okay, once all the peaches is on, we are going to take our crumble. We're just going to take a little bit at our fingertips. And I'm just going to sprinkle them on in front and behind the peaches. You can do as little or as much as you want. You can stop here, but this next part is optional. I am taking just a pot. This is what I normally cook my caramel in this pot. I'm pouring the juices on there. Now I have it on the stove. I just put it on a medium high. And I just stirred it constantly until it started to boil. Once it started to boil, I made sure that I constantly stirred it and I turned it down to a medium. As you can see, it's fogging up the camera. Once it reduced to about half of the syrup, as you can see here, I took it off of the stove and I just let it sit there for just about 10 to 15 minutes to cool off. Once it cooled off, I added a little more of the alcohol to it and I'll mix it up. It kind of thins out the syrup a little bit. If you let it sit a little more, it'll thicken back up, but this was just the right consistency for me. I placed it in a piping bag and then I will drizzle it all over the top of the cupcakes. Okay, now I'm going to take the pipettes and I'm going to stick them in behind the peaches. And there you have it, our very boozy peach cupcakes. These will definitely be a crowd pleaser. Not only were they amazing tasting, but they were very simple to make. I just want to thank you all for